Friday, 9:13 a.m. I've got something kind of fun I want to talk about today. I've kind of been wanting to do it for a while, and today feels like the appropriate opportunity. So obviously, I just recently started daily vlogging, and when I wanted to start this daily show, it was kind of a question of, okay, do I have the appropriate gear that I need to make a daily episode? And the short answer of it was, yes, I, for the most part, did. I did have to buy a couple of little things, but for the most part, I had everything I needed to start a daily show like this. I think I see a dude on a boosted board. Can you see that guy? Yep, he is definitely riding a boosted board. That's so cool. But something that I've realized is not everybody knows exactly what you need to make a vlog like this. Like, do you need a lot of gear? Do you need a little bit of gear? And honestly, it's very much so subjective to the person and what sort of videos they're wanting to make and that sort of thing. And you can also find millions of videos on the internet talking about what sort of gear daily vloggers typically use. But I'm gonna call this video a daily vlogger's bare essentials. And the whole gist of this is just gonna be me talking about what are the very bare essential things that I need to make a daily show. So let's get into it. So first things first, you're gonna need a camera. I choose to use the Canon 6D Mark II. It's one of Canon's full-frame DSLR cameras. It's fantastic. It's got a large sensor, so everything for the most part looks really crisp. It's got great low light quality, and it's got this little flip out screen, which makes just videoing yourself 10 times easier. On it, I'm using the Canon 16 to 35 f 2.8 Mark I version lens. Now, what this means is I can zoom all the way into 35mm like this for more intimate shots, or I can zoom all the way out like this for more vloggy, walking and talking type shots. I prefer the 16mm, just the more wide look, just my personal preference. A truly fantastic lens. I have really no complaints with this one. There is a slight vignetting in some lighting situations. I haven't really found a rhyme or reason to it, but it's honestly minimal enough that it doesn't affect the image quality that much. Next up is the Joby 5K GorillaPod. This is really common amongst vloggers if you've ever watched a daily vlogger before. A lot of them use these tripods just because they're very universal and versatile. You can hang them, you can set them up. I mean, they can pretty much do anything. Now, I have heard horror stories that these things start to lose their rigidity over a course of time. I have not personally run into that just yet, but on the same note, this GorillaPod's just a little over a month old. Next up, we're using the Rode VideoMic Pro Plus. It's got this gigantic fuzzy sock on the top of it. It's called a dead cat. This is one of the add-on features that Rode offers on their websites, so I picked one up. I love this thing. It cuts down on the wind noise so much when I'm outside, especially when I live downtown in between all these buildings. The wind is usually pretty crazy. With this thing, no problem. I do want to do a comparison video though at some point between this windsock and the other one to see if there's like an audio difference, but another video. And then the last thing you're gonna need is an SD card. I personally use a SanDisk Class 10 128 gig micro SD card into a standard SD card adapter. I like using the micro SD into the standard SD card adapter because if I'm ever using a drone or maybe a GoPro or something like that, that takes a micro SD, I don't have to always remember to carry one. I've just got one already in the camera. So I can leave my apartment at pretty much any time with just those things and still make a vlog. Now granted, I'm going to need a computer when I get home, and I'm gonna need headphones to edit on and that sort of stuff, but we're just talking about daily vlogging. When you are out and about actually shooting, what do you need? Another really small helpful tip, something I kind of learned the hard way, carry an extra battery and an extra SD card. I always have extra batteries and extra SD cards in my camera bag, but if I'm just taking the camera with me, I'll grab a battery and SD card, throw them in one of my pockets. Bob's your uncle. I feel like it's only a matter of time before people ask what's in my bag that I carry every day for daily vlogging, so I'll cover just some extra stuff that's in here as well. Also, bear in mind, it's not the most clean and organized right now, but I'm using this bag every day right now whenever I travel to and from work. Bear that in mind. First and foremost, probably the most important things is a mask. You need a mask these days, and a pair of sunglasses. I have the Ray-Bans New Wayfarers. Love these. Next up, I carry a Canon 50mm f1.8. This is just really good for B-roll shots, or if I want to take a thumbnail and I want it to feel more like a portrait. This is really great for that. Next up, I actually have 3 pair of headphones in here. It's probably a bit overkill, but first things first are my stage in-ear monitors. I use these for work purposes if I ever get asked to play on stage, which almost never happens, but I have them just in case. Next up, I have a pair of, these are Sony 7506, I believe. I'm not gonna pull them out of the case, but these are another pair of mixing headphones. Right here, we have a Think Tank pouch, which has just kind of various things in it. It has my adapter from my MacBook. It has a GoPro. It has my battery. It has another battery. It has an SD to Lightning adapter. It has some charging cables. This is just kind of an all-around pouch. Also, when I break this camera down, the microphone just stacks right there on top of that. Next up, I've got my little EDC pouch here. You've heard me talk about this before. I took this pouch idea from Peter McKinnon just because I saw it in one of his videos and it seemed like a pretty good idea. I carry a leave, a lighter, a flashlight, a pocket knife, and 2 different Sharpies, a red and a black one. I have some zip ties, I have some super glue, some extra AAA batteries, various things like that. But the Sharpies and the pocket knife are probably the most important part of this pouch for daily vlogging. Next up, I have an SD card case. This carries various SD cards in it. And then I have a camera charger. This is a dual slot for an LPE6. It's an off-brand charger, but it gets the job done. Next up, I have my computer charger right there. And then I have my Beats Studio 3s. These are a wireless pair of noise canceling headphones. I mostly use these for editing. Really, really like those. Next up, I've got my computer. It's a 15-inch MacBook Pro. Also, I carry spare cardstock in my bag with me because I like to do illustrations a lot of times in my videos, and so the cardstock makes it really easy for me to do that, and then that's also why I carry the Sharpies. And then the last little area is the top of the bag. This is generally where the camera gets shoved whenever it's not being used, but in this pouch I have 2 batteries that are always charged, many business cards from mine and Kaylee's photography business, spare bottle of cologne, my everyday pocket knife, which is the Spyderco Para 3. This pocket knife's been in a lot of videos. And then a space pen, just because everybody's always asking if you've got a pen. Just always good to carry one. And this one was sent to me by a company, and I love it. And that's pretty much it. Again, you don't necessarily need everything that's in the camera bag. I just like to always be prepared. You can just get out with a camera, a microphone, and a tripod and film great YouTube videos. All right. Going to test drive a car. I don't think I'm gonna film it because I'm actually kind of serious about this particular car. Don't really think we can afford it right now, but you know, can't hurt to dream. I like it a lot better than the Jeep, but it's that whole money thing. Time for the most important part of any day. Coffee. He's busy. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Fantastic, bro.
Good. Give me that. Give me that.
He's being shy about it today.
It's okay.
Let's see.
I ran out of milk at the end.
Dude.
Other than that, though, it would have been really good, you know?
Looks great. Forgot my phone in my car. I hate it when that happens. I'm gonna go ahead and start editing some of today's episode, the footage that you're seeing right now, since I've got a couple of minutes and I don't really have anything better to do. So I'm just gonna sit here and drink my coffee and edit. Fun times. Just finished editing everything basically before this clip. 9 minutes and 14 seconds is plenty long enough, so I'm gonna call the vlog there. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, like, comment, subscribe, all of those fun things. You guys are awesome. Love you all, and I'll see you tomorrow at 4 p.m. I'll see you then.